All right, MGT. You already know what time it is. Back again with another video. This is the nightcap. So I get to walk around. This is pretty much like me having a visual. Well, this is the audio, but also this is the visual of my video. But it's kind of like a podcast form. As soon as I get on the mic, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to just continue God's work. You feel what I'm saying? And God's work is really just sharing my story. You know what I'm saying? Sharing my story, sharing what I go through, how I go through it, and all of that in between. So, one thing y'all need to realize is that number one, you are the prize. Number two, do not be surprised. Okay? So, let me say that again. Number one, you are the prize. So, that means you should not be surprised. When I talk about saying not be surprised, I'm talking about the attention. I'm talking about the female attraction. I'm talking about the respect that you will get the longer you continue your retention journey. Being the prize in her eyes is a big thing. Now, a lot of women feel like they are the prize. I actually seen this. It was a video clip, and I forgot who said this, but he kind of like flamed this chick. I think they was on like one of them shows, like 20v1 or something like that. And the guy asked the lady, "So, do you think you're the prize, or like if you're in a relationship or whatnot, like who do you consider to be the prize?" And she said, "Well, me, of course." You know what I'm saying? Of course, she's gonna say that. But here's the thing: what most women won't admit, and this is how they live too. This is what they do. Most women won't admit this, but they only look at the guy as the prize when they actually see him, in like that type of light. Meaning like a guy that she really, really want. Let's say, what I'm saying, you check all of the boxes, right? You have the masculine frame, you have the body, you know what I'm saying? You have the mentality, you have the sex appeal, you have other women wanting you, because I'm not gonna lie. And y'all need to remember this shit too. You will experience a lot of female attraction. The best way to use that to your advantage, if you want to, it's not like you don't have to. It's not like you have no choice, honestly. But you don't necessarily want to give that shit too much attention. But you do also want to understand that for some reason, when women see other women wanting you, they look at you as high value. That's validation. So like, even if you were to have, if you happen to have like a dating app, I don't suggest this shit, but like, if you're on Instagram or if you're on like Facebook or whatnot, if you post pictures of you and your friends going out, and you post pictures of you going to like a carnival, for example, and then you take pictures with like five fine ass females, perception sometimes, bro, perception is a hell of a thing. When women see you with five other women, nine times out of ten, not all women think like this, but majority of them, they be like, okay, she sees something in him, or she's fucking with him. Why is she fucking with him? And then she's probably also gonna look at herself like, oh, I look better than her. Oh, I can get him. I look way better than her, so I can get him. So most of the time, women will actually look at men as the prize when you, as the guy, present yourself as such. So this takes a lot of discipline. Like with me, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. And this is what I'm saying. Y'all shouldn't be surprised at the quality of people you will start to meet when you continuously practice semen retention, when you continuously practice eating healthy, when you continuously work out, when you continuously find a way to improve yourself every single day, when you continuously walk in God's light, you become God-like, then a lot of people will admire you. I'm not going to lie. It's also going to come with some haters too. Definitely gonna have some haters. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the light. Sometimes the light literally will be attractive. Will be attracting everything. Light attracts darkness too. Believe it or not. But you don't want to get consumed in the darkness. But sometimes, even when you really think about it, the darkness is really not that bad if you really think about it, because everything is about balance. But basically, the whole thing that you have to remember as a guy is that you never have to, um, you never have to have a moment in time where you just don't have confidence in yourself, bro. Yeah, there may be times you probably may, get sidetracked. You probably might forget for a second who you are and what you can do, what you're capable of doing. Um, there's gonna be moments like that, but you need to get yourself out of that vibration. Everything starts with you first, bro. Everything literally starts with you. This ain't got nothing to do with YouTube. This ain't got nothing to do with the female attraction. Everything starts with you at first, bro. You see what I'm saying? So the thing about understanding that you are the prize is that number one, you can't let that shit get to your head. You have to have a balance of energy, so you can like balance out your ego. Um, and again, there's a lot of introverts that are now starting to, and see, here's the thing. Here's another thing that I want you guys to remember too. Y'all need to remember that if you're a superstar, if you are considered to be somebody who you want the attention or whatnot, but you stay in the house all the time and you stay doing the same shit over and over again and staying to yourself, what's gonna happen is ain't nobody gonna notice you. Ain't nobody gonna care to notice you. The best thing that you could possibly do, while continuing the journey and being on retention, is be the best version of yourself every single day, right? When you continuously put yourself in this vibration, female attraction, universal respect, all of that shit literally becomes second nature. And, you know, you wouldn't even be surprised at the amount of people you will attract in your life. Just today, when I was dashing, and here's one thing that you guys are going to experience if you haven't experienced this shit already, is that whenever you see a beautiful female in public, or if you're in a situation and y'all chilling or whatnot, and you, let's say you don't know her or whatnot, and this happens more times than not, bro. But there's a lot of instances where women will literally, they'll notice your aura first, they'll notice the magnetism, they'll notice like, your masculinity, and then they will lock eyes with you, bro. Literally, complete strangers. They're gonna lock eyes with you because they the thing about women is that they're very intuitive. So like when they feel something in their spirit, bro, they gonna pay it some mind. They're gonna pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys rub women the wrong way. The thing about your energy and the thing about your spirit, the thing about your aura is that it brings a calming type of vibe. It brings a safe type of like environment. So that way when if you want to approach females, or because I ain't gonna lie, I want to say in the past week, I ain't really approached females, but it's like if I needed something done or whatnot, like it wasn't even it was second nature to do it. Like I'm gonna talk to you, you know what I'm saying, just like anybody else, because I have that confidence within myself. See, and I have been working on my internal conversation with myself. I've been a lot more positive. So here's the thing: when you think about failing, and when you think about saying you're not good enough, or if you think about saying like, oh, you just gotta limit yourself to, you know, being addicted to whatever you are, as far as like, what I'm saying, the shit that people see online. When you do that, you're kind of robbing yourself of the blessing, a bigger blessing. You know what I'm saying? You are literally robbing yourself of your blessing based on how you think and then the habits that you be doing. You feel me? When I say you, I'm talking to myself as well too, just for future references, just in case I happen to fuck up. But I'm just saying, like in general, we're humans. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. But like, you know, we literally rob ourselves of a bigger blessing because we feel entitled to getting this feeling, getting this, quick nut if it's that. Or, you say you deserve a better job, a better car, a better living situation, right? But You have all of your energy and all of your attention towards what you think that you want. And the whole time God is literally, you know what I'm saying, creating a space for a bigger blessing, bigger than what you think that you deserve. You see what I'm saying? We rob ourselves sometimes literally because we are so fixated on one particular thing or two particular things, not knowing our blessing is right behind us. So with that being said, these are some things that I constantly talk about with myself, not only just with YouTube on YouTube and stuff like that, but when I have conversations with my homeboys, these are the type of conversations that I have, bro. You know, I acknowledge what's going on in my life, and I acknowledge some of my habits, and I acknowledge some of my faults, and I reason with myself. And after I clear my mind, what I'm saying, if I go, especially when I go outside in nature and shit like that, God is literally listening the whole time. So now I can come to God if I quote unquote, if I need something, I will, have the conversation with God, and God will understand, like, okay, he's understanding, his true power. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. The universe, God, why try to give you something when you yourself think that you don't deserve it? You know what I mean? You think you deserve something else in the third dimension that has nothing to do with your true purpose. You know what I'm saying? So these are some things that be running through my mind throughout the day. And then even like if I make a video in the morning, at night when I have time to myself and I'm chilling, I'm vibing. I don't make videos, but I just think about certain things and just how to get better every single day. And it's time that you guys accept what God has prepared for you. And the reason why you have to accept what God has prepared for you is because you have prepared yourself. You've been putting in the work. You've been practicing. You know what I'm saying? You've been talking positive to yourself. When you add the fact that you can retain your energy, eat healthy, and have a positive mindset, bro, you are unstoppable. You are literally unstoppable. You can get any it's damn like you could damn near get any type of woman that you want for real. Like not even bullshitting you, not trying to gas you up, not trying to sell you no placebo effect or anything like that. But ain't nobody gonna believe shit that you say unless you believe what you say first. You gotta have that confidence first. The reason why my channel is where it's at right now, and sometimes like when you look at small YouTube channels, people the YouTube channels sometimes don't grow because the people who make their videos, because it don't matter what the fuck you talking about. All you got to do is sound confident, have some enthusiasm, and just sound confident most of the time. Um, and believe what you're saying as well. Once you believe what you're saying, and then now what you're living, what you're saying, now the energy is going to come off a lot more organic and it's going to come off a lot more real. A lot of YouTube channels don't last that long because how people do their videos. People sometimes are not really truly committed to what they're saying and what they do. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, confidence is damn near everything. But controlled confidence. Because you can have all the confidence in the world, but if you don't have no discernment, if you don't know when to, withdraw your attention and your energy from a certain situation, bro, you're gonna get into a sticky situation, and now you can't fight fire with fire. You feel me? You cannot fight fire with fire. You cannot fight low vibrational activity with low vibrational activity. It doesn't work. Y'all both gonna lose. Like whenever somebody talks shit to me in the comment section, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or wherever, I don't even, and I can easily do it. I can easily stoop down to their level. I can easily, talk about their moms. I could single out their comment. I could tell everybody in the comment section to gang up on this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I choose not to, bro, because there's no point of fighting fire with fire. You know what I mean? you can easily demolish and diffuse negative, you know what I'm saying, negative people and negative energy by being so positive that it actually gets on under somebody's skin. You could be so positive, and what's going to happen is that person is going to be like, damn, why is this person not in the same type of vibration I am? And then 5 minutes later, they're going to think about, damn, I'm the one looking crazy now. I'm the one looking negative. Because to be totally honest, people don't want to admit when they are a negative person. How many negative people do you know actually admit that they are a negative person? How many? They will never admit it. But when it comes to the actions and everything, you gonna see. That's why I'm saying energy doesn't lie. Energy do not lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's just some certain things to like be aware of. Um, understand you are a king, bro. For real. You are a king. You know what I'm saying? Some people have been here before years ago. Some of y'all probably have been reincarnated. Y'all probably was a king in your past life, and now God, you know, He decided to give you a new test just to see how you would, you know what I'm saying, interact with this situation that you now have. Because when we talk about lucid dreams and when we talk about dreaming a lot, bro, I do have a lot of past life experiences. Sometimes it's usually when I'm around, I was in a gang. Like I know for sure I was in a gang in my past life. Um, I was around violence and stuff like that. That should be vivid as fuck, bro. When you have that life force energy flowing through your body, bro, and your body, like all of your chakras actually start to get activated, and you feel so much, and you can start to remember certain things that you know didn't happen in this lifetime, but like you could just tell, bro. You feel me? You will have experiences like that. You just have to tap into yourself, tap into the Most High, and ask God for that information because He'll give it to you. He definitely will give it to you. You know what I mean? So it's like, with all this being said, just remember that, like, you know what I'm saying, don't be surprised that you are the prize. Again, don't be surprised that you are the prize. And when it comes to you dealing with females and you know, wanting to get your girlfriend and shit like that, you have to maintain frame. You have to maintain masculine frame. Never get too over emotional. Never get too needy. You don't have to be texting her all the hours of the day. You know, we don't have to be, because when you show that you can be independent and like show that you can like kind of like go through your day without her, number one, that gives room for her to miss you, and number two, you would never come off as somebody who will be dependent on your girlfriend. A lot of guys get too dependent on their girlfriend, and that's how like their girlfriends actually break up with them because they become too clingy. You know what I'm saying? You asking like, damn, why you text me back? You online sharing all these posts, but you can't text me back. See, we don't do that shit no more, bro. Well, I don't do that shit no more. And hopefully you guys wasn't doing that shit at all. But I know there is a lot of guys out there that become very possessive and very, you know what I mean? Just crazy over a female if she's not doing everything that he wants her to do. You got to remember one thing, bro. We are all human beings, and we are all having a human experience. We all have souls, we have emotions, and we have the ability to change our mind. I repeat, we have the ability to change our mind, meaning you can't hold it against a female if she wakes up one day and she doesn't want to fuck with you no more. You can't hold that against her. You actually, it is what it is. But you see why it's so important to put all this time and effort into yourself rather than try to find the next female. So you know what I'm saying? So you can have this human experience. Like, it will happen naturally. You have to, sometimes you got to be a lone wolf. You got to be a lone warrior out here, you know what I'm saying, to show not only the universe and not only God, but show yourself that you can, you know, survive. You can lead. You can start from scratch and still build something that's great. Not only in your life, but like, you know, now you get to affect other people's lives because you are sufficient. You are abundant. you can afford this lifestyle. You can fly these females out if you want to. You know what I mean? Not saying I don't suggest y'all do that shit, bro, unless it's somebody that you doing business with, legit business, not that trafficking business, but like legit business with, or if it's somebody obviously you've been talking to or whatnot. But that casual lifestyle though, bro, of like trying to run through as much females as possible, bro. I would rather y'all run through or at least try to meet good quality women, bro. Good quality women. And the only reason why I say that is because you are becoming a good quality man. You are becoming the prize. You don't have to chase. You can still initiate, but you don't have to chase. Just remember that, man. But yeah, man, without saying too much though, it's been your boy Moody Starr, man. This is the nightcap of, you know, dropping this knowledge, free game. And then also I'm just doing God's work by sharing my story. If I share my story, I feel like that's a testament. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter if, you know, like I feel as though like whatever I share, I know it's coming from a legit um true source, and it's coming from it's basically sincere. You feel me? And I legitimately do this shit because I actually care for y'all. I don't know a lot of y'all personally, but I actually care for, you know, the human race. And if you tune into this frequency, then shout out to you, bro. You one of the goats. You one of the chosen ones. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate that actually, and that's respect for real. But without saying too much, man, MGT, we out outside with it. Today was a great day. Again, don't be surprised when you start to get all the attention, female attraction, when females are staring at you dead in your fucking face, looking deep into your soul. They will do that. They will do that, bro. They will do that. Don't be surprised. See, so, like when you talk about celebrities, they go through this shit all the time because they're a celebrity. You feel me? So they don't really speak on it like that. And me, really, I don't even really talk about it like that either. But as I pay attention more, I'm just like, damn. Like I seen some fine shit earlier. You go about your day. You know what I mean? Like as of right now, again, I am on the journey. So I'm not gonna try to detour just because a female is like they want my life force energy. It might be like a great situation or a moment in time, and I've experienced that before where I have moments in time, but I wasn't where I was at where I wanted to be in life. And that's the discipline that you have to have. You need to have some type of like discernment. Like, yeah, she might be your liking, but if you don't have everything set up like how you need to have everything set up in your life, you feel me? Um, Focus on that first. Make sure that shit is aligned first. Because when everything is aligned, then all you have nothing to do but to enjoy life. And now you on your journey, and along your journey, if you meet a female, it doesn't even feel like it's a detour because you're already where you want to be. You still gotta like stay on your P's and Q's because once you get money, a lot of people switch up and they start acting fake. But it's getting a little dark right now. I'm about to end the video, man. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a like. If you want me to continue to making videos like this with the microphone, nightcap, just let me know. Shout out to everybody doing what you got to do. Stay righteous. And, you know, we're going to keep this thing going, man. It's me, boy Moody Starr. I'm going to definitely see you guys on the next video. Peace.